I'm Matt Bouchard here in New York City for VEREIT's REIT Week 2018 Investor Conference. Joining me today is Glenn Rufrano, CEO of VEREIT. Glenn, thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, thanks, Matt. Thanks for having me.
Now, portfolio diversification has been a focus of yours since taking over the company. As we sit here today, how do you feel about where the portfolio is, and what more are you looking to accomplish?
We feel good about it, although we set standards for portfolio diversification 2.5 years ago, and we've got a little ways to go. The reason it's important is we need to protect the downside of the company. The cash flow is stable, the growth is stable. We don't want anything to disrupt that. In order to stay diversified, we have a couple of very important criteria. Tenants no more than 5%. We only have one. Red Lobster was 12, down to 6.5, getting there. The other criteria was we wanted office to be within 15 to 20%, was 25. It's now 19, we're in there. So we're in pretty good shape.
Now, a lot of your career has been spent involved with retail, and you've described VEREIT's approach to retail as simple and straightforward. Why do you think that strategy is best in this current environment?
Well, I'll go back in history. In the 80s, I was with a company that was in the mall business. We bought and built them. In the 2000s, I was with a shopping center company, New Plant Public company. Today, we've got simple boxes on corners. Retail has changed. What's changed about it is the forms of distribution and the credit profiles. Simpler, the better. We can understand our credits. It's a binary decision. We buy a tenant or we don't. We don't buy a shopping center where there are 20 tenants where we've got to worry about credit. So simple is better. Less capital is better. Older makes you more conservative.
And lastly, on the industrial side, there are some very obvious demand drivers, and it's easy to see why capital is flowing into the space. But do you have any concerns about overbuilding or any supply outstripping demand in any of the markets where you operate?
Not yet. Not yet. But again, a cyclical pattern in real estate forever is we always oversupply. In the last 40 years, something happens, capital flows, we oversupply. This is a little bit secular because the e-commerce concept is really taking retail and pushing it into industrial. So there's more demand than normal. So we don't see it yet. But could it happen? Yes.
Great. Glenn, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
For more from VEREIT's REIT Week, be sure to visit VEREIT's website, REIT.com.